Viewer discretion is advised.
LattesAndMania, think less but see it grow.
Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here and welcome to your October 2018 episode of 10 for 12. And of course, I wanted to try and do my very best to fit all of the Halloween themes in this month. And for 10 for 12, I gotta say, it was a little bit tricky. I was trying to think about what I could possibly do, and then it actually hit me. There's a certain internet creature that loves to be a scary little fella, all because of the fact that he speaks the truth. And he is also one of the main reasons why I discovered places like Newgrounds.com and YouTube, and also discovered so many amazing things in the world of internet animation. And that, of course, is the creation from Jim Mather's Foamy the Squirrel, also known as the channel Ill Will Press. And this year, we are celebrating Foamy's 15-year anniversary. That is pretty impressive. And I have been wanting to share my love of Foamy the Squirrel with everyone for many years, but I didn't know when and I didn't know how, but this is probably the best time to do it. The thing that I was even more concerned about was I going to be able to find a collaborator? And I did. My old friend Stephanie over at LattesAndMockingjays. I am not sure if we've ever actually done a 10 for 12 together, so if this is our first time, Stephanie, I have to apologize for waiting this long, and now I'm so thrilled to know that you are here because you are a Foamy fan as well, and we're going to be talking about our 10 favorite Foamy rants. Now, Foamy features a lot of different kinds of videos, but the rants are definitely my favorite because it's all about specific things that are happening in our culture. And also, before you continue on with this video, guys, this is not going to be for the faint of heart. I'm going to try and provide a couple of small clips. There's going to be foul language. There's going to be topics that you probably don't want to hear about getting basically butchered in many different ways, shapes, and forms. So my advice to you is, if you feel that you are going to feel that way, turn off the video and don't watch. But that's not going to stop me from talking about my top 10 favorite Foamy rants, and I'm looking forward to Stephanie's because they are going to be a blind box and I won't see them until this video goes up. So let's begin with my 10 favorite Foamy rants. Number 10 is Atkins diet.
How about just minusing some fucking food from your everyday eating binges, you fat bastards?
This is Foamy's little rant about the Atkins diet, or all protein and no carbs, and this is definitely one of the funniest ones. It's early in Foamy's career, but it's definitely one of the truest that I've ever seen. I mean, it's definitely gotten better over time, but this one is just too hilarious to listen to, and in the world of body acceptance that we live in right now, this might be a little bit of a breath of fresh air, and I highly recommend that you check that one out. Number 9 is Hurricane Katrina.
Fuck the story! Go out and help some people off their roofs, you fucking retarded assholes!
It's amazing to know that Foamy has been around for so many years, but he couldn't have been more factual when he was talking about his frustrations about the hurricane and the fact that the media was covering it and nobody was helping. And that's what you're supposed to do during natural disasters. You're not supposed to cover it, you're supposed to help and make sure that people live. And we all know what happened during Hurricane Katrina. Not a pretty sight, and of course we have to thank the media for getting all of that amazing coverage and not saving one life. Number 8 is achievements.
Downloaded a gamer icon. Achievement! Jerked off in a munchkin's mouth. Achievement!
In a world of video game culture that we live in right now, the achievements options in many different video game systems is definitely interesting. But now a lot of people are not too happy with it because they basically have milked it for all that it is worth, and Foamy explained it in the only way that Foamy could. Number 7 is door holdings and feminists.
I'm just trying to be polite! Don't be a bitch!
Now, in a world of third-wave feminism, that is definitely a topic that is still relevant today, and there is nothing wrong with having a door opened for you if you are a proud woman. I always hold the door open for anyone, regardless of man or woman, because I know that that's something that you're just supposed to do. It's just called being a decent person. Number 6 is CDs.
And then the record companies wonder why no one is buying CDs anymore. No one is buying them because they completely took the fun out of owning CDs.
As a music fan and as someone who loves physical media, this one hit home with me. It made so much sense because I remember all the frustrations when it comes to unwrapping CDs, and also the whole thing with the music industry in general, definitely one of my personal favorites. Number 5 is cell phones and car ads.
I miss the good old-fashioned phone ring. Ring! What the fuck happened to this?
I don't really care much for the car ads part of this video, but the phones definitely, because these have taken over our lives. I remember when I first got a cell phone, I was 18 and I was going to college. Nowadays, kids are getting cell phones when they're 5 or even younger, and kids are already learning how to swipe things and tap things like their iPhones or iPads. It's quite crazy. Definitely check this one out as well. Now that we're in the top 5, we are really going to start getting personal. Number 4 is Social Network of Idiots. There's actually been a second video in regards to this topic.
You're their friend, they know me, you don't. Move along.
But oh man, has social media destroyed us as a society, and Foamy just hits everything on the nose. You just have to see this to believe it. And I think that many people who are just frustrated with all things social media now will totally take something away from this video. Number 3 is restaurants.
Flat soda, -$1. Ugly waitress picking her nose, -$3.
This is where Foamy talks about waiters and service and food in restaurants, not to mention all of the different kinds of people that you will find there. It is definitely one of the funniest videos in the Foamy library, and as someone who has many friends who did in fact work in the food services industry, there is a great deal that they were even able to relate to as well. Number 2 is actually not one of the most controversial, but is one of my personal favorites, and that's camouflage.
Like yellow and black camouflage. Where the fuck are you trying to blend into? A beehive?
It's all about fashion and the look of army fatigues, as well as the various colors and the fact that they are now basically worn by the average kid, and his disagreements on it are just absolutely priceless. It is just too funny. One of my personal favorites. And that leaves us with the number 1 Foamy rant video, and this is one that was just too perfect. I have watched it way too many times, and I've even downloaded it, and I have sent it out on my Twitter feed so many times, on my Facebook, because this is one that everybody just has to watch, and it's called Triggers and Safe Spaces.
You know what? Your stupidity has triggered me, alright? Now I'm upset that I'm surrounded by idiots.
This is where Foamy just goes on for, I'm quite certain that this is longer than 10 minutes. And he talks about the snowflakes. He talks about how safe spaces are stupid. He talks about how triggers are completely blasé at this point in time. I know that these are serious topics, but there are certain things involving these two specific things that have just been taken way out of hand and overdone and out of context. I am not going to give my personal opinion on this, but I have with many friends and many of my peers. This is just definitely something that we need to keep talking about. This is something that we have to try and understand. Otherwise, we're going to get more videos like Foamy's take on these specific topics. However, I still find it great. So that's it, everybody. Those are my 10 favorite Foamy the Squirrel rants. Happy 15th anniversary, Foamy. You are definitely someone that has changed my life. And I would love to know if you are a Foamy the Squirrel fan. Please put your comments in the box below. Thank you once again, Stephanie, for doing this video with me. I am so excited to see what you have chosen. But in the meantime, everybody, I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.